Yo, welcome back, guys. No, it's been a while, but hopefully I can knock out some YouTube content for you. Starting off, we got a banger for you today. We have Shadow Rider VMAX. It's a new and interesting deck. I know you guys probably seen it before, but we have the Underworld Door ability of the Shadow Rider that allows it to attach a psychic energy from hand to one of our bench psychic Pokemon, and if we do, draw 2 cards. It pairs well with Max Geist. For 3 energies, there's 10 plus 30 damage for each psychic energy attached to all of your Pokemon. We've really kind of narrowed it down to just the 4/4 Shadow Rider line, not including anything extra. There's no Crobats, there's no Krickettoons, there's no Articunos, none of that. Just a 4/4 Shadow Rider line. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And then to go with that, we have all the consistency in the world that we can think of to keep those energy in play and help us find energy. Right, to start off, we have the Fog Crystal. Search a deck for a Psychic Pokemon, basic Psychic Pokemon, or Psychic Energy card. Helps us find our Shadow Riders turn 1. It's essentially what we're looking for. We have Pokégear, which helps us find our supporters. Right, just a little consistency there. We have Quick Ball, also helps us find all the baby horses. Going first, because we want to find all 4 of them turn 1 if we can. Then we have some stadiums. We have Old Cemetery, right, where Psychic Pokemon, right? So when you attach an energy to our hand, to one of our Pokemon, it doesn't put damage counters on our Pokemon. But for all of our opponent's Pokemon that are non-psychic, so talking Jolteon, Duraludon, Suicune, any of that from hand, they take 2 damage counters, which helps in a bit of the math. Right? Then, since we're looking for psychic energies, we also have Training Court. You might discard them off a Quick Ball, or we might get knocked out and we're looking to get them back from the discard pile. So then we have Old Training Court to get those back. These stadiums also help bump Path to the Peak, so that's why I'm there as well. Since we are using abilities to get energy in play, we're going to need that ability, need to bump the Path to the Peak so we can use that ability. So we have 5 stadiums to bump paths. We also have Adventurous Discovery, scenes in play in a few decks. Search deck for 3 Pokemon V. We're only playing Vs. This is search out the Shadow Rider V and the VMAX. So reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. Helps us find our horses so we can draw more, do more damage, and get more energy in play. Next up we have 4 Boss. Looking to gust things down right away. The early turns, it's going to be a bit difficult to do damage, but we want to be able to chase things and 2-hit them as much as possible. We also have 2 Marnie in this deck, just for the shuffle draw, just the raw draw power, because that's the only draw we have so far besides the Shadow Rider. It's a very powerful draw engine in itself, but it doesn't always have it, right? You don't always have horses in play, so sometimes you just need a Marnie, and it acts as hand disruption for our opponent. We have Raihan to get more energy in play after one of our horses is knocked out. Opponent can sometimes knock out a horse, turn 1 or 2, and we can go Raihan and then search for any piece that we're looking for. It also allows us to get a basic energy back in play so we don't lose them as much. Next up we have Rose. Might be thinking like, hey, why do we have Rose? It discards your hand. We're not playing Krickettoon. But we have Training Court. We can get Rose with an energy in the discard pile, at least 3 energies in the discard pile, attached to use the Training Court, bring one back up the hand, and start drawing again with the Shadow Rider. So there's some synergy there as well. Like after one of our horses get knocked out, because it takes 3 to attack, we can go Rose, get 2 back in play, Training Court, get that 3rd one back into our hand, Underworld Door, attach it again, and then start drawing one more time. It's only 2 cards, but sometimes that's all you need. With 15 energy in deck, you can find some more energies. Next up we have Sonia. This is like an added Adventurous Discovery. It allows us to find horses turn 1, right? Just like another out to finding horses. It's not as good as Discovery, but like in finding the Vs and VMAXs, but it also helps us find basic energies. You can search a deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, or up to 2 basic energies, reveal them, and put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards, right? It's very good. Sometimes you want to go mid-game Sonia, just pull out 2 psychic energies and attach them to the Shadow Riders. It's pretty good to find your energies as well when you're out of Fog Crystals and you just can't seem to find them. We also have 4 Air Balloons. Turn 1, you're going to be starting a horse. Turn 2, since you have to Underworld Door, you want to say Distortion Door, but that's not quite it. You have to Underworld Door to a bench poke. You want to be able to move your active Shadow Rider so you can attack. So we'll Air Balloon, get them out of there. They also act as good pivots, because sometimes the Shadow Riders could take a hit They do have 320 HP, and you can switch out with another Shadow Rider and force a boss from your opponent as a way to chase that Shadow Rider. Because most decks will have to two-shot the Shadow Riders, and we can move them and force the boss from them. So that's always good to have. Next up, we have 2 experience shares. In case we're not looking for the Rose play or like the Raihan play, we're just looking to draw. The experience shares keeps energies in place when we get knocked out. Like a Baby V or a VMAX get knocked out, we can pull one of those energies and then training code for the other energies. And just keep them in play to keep maximizing our damage output. So that's why the experience shares are there. And we have 6 total tools, only 4 total Pokemon. But the air balloons, we just have to find them early, so that's why we have more of them. And then to cap it off, we have 15 energies. Because we just want to find as many energies as possible early game, and then get them all in play as quickly as possible and start doing damage. So yeah, that's the deck. It's a very simple, very straightforward deck. Hopefully get into some games and show you guys how it plays out. But yeah, that's it. Alright, get into a game here. Let's see if we can win the coin flip. And usually we want to go second because we want to play that turn 1 Discovery or Sonia as early as possible. And so to do that, we have to go second to play our supporters. So we're just going to click no here. Don't want to go first. Let our opponent go first. That first turn 1 supporter for us. Get as many horses as we can into play. And then pass it back over to our opponents. So, usually want to go second with this deck. I try to find as many horses as possible. Sometimes you don't find Discovery or Sonia or Pokégear to find either one of those, but we do find Fog Crystal here. That'll get us another baby horse. And we have a VMAX in hand. It's looking like we're probably just going to go Marnie, go Old Cemetery, keep that in play with the Shadow Mist. Hopefully we can damage some of our opponent's Pokemon. And find as many horses as we can. Next turn. So the next turn, if we weren't to Marnie, we would have the VMAX in hand, be able to accelerate some energies, but off this Marnie, we're just looking for Fog Crystal, Quick Ball, Shadow Riders, Vs, and then pass over to opponent and go from there. I'm not sure Ruby. Looks like we're up against maybe Regidrago. Baby attacker type of deck. Start with Old Cemetery. We might be able to do more damage with Old Cemetery and if we just Shadow Mist, leave that in play for our opponents. Alright, so it looks like we have a 4-3 line here. Also prize. Prize is Sonia, prize is experience share, but all the air balloons are there. And we have all the quick ball and all the fog crystals. Alright, just go Marnie, see what we can find. There's all the discovery that we're looking for. Unfortunately, we did Marnie already, so that'll just be next turn we can find those VMAXs and start drawing cards. Shadow Mist prevents our opponent from playing any stadiums, so this Old Cemetery will be in play for another turn at least, and they can't attach any special energies. Not that I think they're playing any special energies, but it looks like we're up against Maractus. If they don't play any stadiums themselves, but I'm pretty sure they play Glenwood Tangle, they won't be able to bump the Old Cemetery. So we might just try to keep this Old Cemetery in play for as long as possible with Shadow Mist, so they'll probably knock themselves out. And we also might want to Astral Barrage, see if we can clean up some of these smaller guys here. Chiribi only has 50 HP, so if we can find a baby horse and some VMAXs here, see if you can get those guys in play and get some energy on board and take out some of their Pokemon. I think I do want a Shadow Mist for another turn though. Oh, they do. They're playing Regidrago and Maractus. It's good to know. Good to know. Quite the interesting pairing. There's the Cheerum, so I'll be able to pull energies from the deck and attach them. But they're looking for the Cheerum. Cheerum is the one that attaches energies. There it is. So they will be damaging themselves with the Old Cemetery. So we can clean up the Maractus, Philosopher. Hopefully we can shut down some of their damage output by not finding any energies for them. If we can Astral Barrage next turn. There's the VMAX. Alright, so now I just want to pull as many as I can from the deck. Grab a 2-1 line. If we can get into the Air Balloon, great. If not, I don't mind Shadow Misting for another turn. It does damage them with the Old Cemetery in play. So, just go Underworld Door to the V. There it is. We do have the Quick Ball, but Looks like we have all the V's, so I think that quick ball is pretty useless now. Alright, we're just going to hold on and Shadow Mist then. For another 10. Locking this Old Cemetery in place is pretty clutch for us. Pretty clutch. And we can clean up with a Baby Horse. Might eventually get around to Max Geisting, but see how it goes. Powerful Needles. Hit me for 120. This is 60 for each. That's pretty good. I should have also benched this V last turn. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I start with some Underworld Door. Hopefully we can draw to a Marnie or a Fog Crystal. There's that. Alright, now I'm looking for an Air Balloon. We seem to have missed on the Air Balloons, but I can just also attach and manually retreat and start to Astral Barrage next turn. Let's pull out the rest of the horses. I don't know if they're playing Marnie, but they only have 2 cards in hand, so maybe we can start clearing things up for them. I don't want to evolve active, and I do want to leave the Old Cemetery in place. I'm just going to go Astral Barrage here and clean up this Golosifer. So hopefully they can't find any energies from deck as well. It allows me to take 2 of the 2 prizes here and get ahead in that prize trade. Because we are playing VMAXs. We find ourselves a Sonia, which finds more basic energies. That's good. We're pretty close to knocking that V out. See if we have anything from our opponent over here. Promote the Regidrago. If they could find some more energies, they might be able to hit us for some decent damage. And they also have to find a stadium to bump this Old Cemetery. Go quick ball for the Kricketune. There's the stadium bump. Kricketune for 3. Attaching the fires. They need to pull another grass, and then they can training court for a grass. You get into that Dragon Energy, 240 damage from our opponent. That would be not great because we'd have to find an Air Balloon to pivot out of the active and attach to one of the benched horses. But we will be able to see 6-7 cards next turn. It looks like they're just opting to attach to the bench. So if we can find a boss this upcoming turn, one of our 4 bosses in deck, we can take out this Cheerum and slow them down from attacking. Or if they just find another Golosifer or Cherubi, we can take that out with Astral Barrage. There it is. And they have no cards in hand, but they will be able to Kricketune next turn. So I think I just want to take out this Golosifer. There we go. I'm going to Sonia here then as well. Get 2 Psychic for the bin. Oh, I should have taken out the Cheerum, because then I can attach energies. But they have no cards in hand, kind of just living off. Living off the top deck plus Kricketune. Get some of these energies back. We do have a 2 prizer in the active spot. So we can live this Regidrago by placing the 5 damage counters here, because we have to play 5 on 2 of them, so we can go 5 here, then they're only doing 190. They have to 2-shot us. So Astral Barrage active, and to the Golosifer. Take another prize that way. There we go. Next turn, if they still don't have anything, we'll dig for the boss on the Cheerum. That'll be fine as well. So now they're out of Cheerums and Golosifers. They'd have to have a lot here to KO this Calyrex, but there's also 2 prizes, right? So leaving this the baby V, right, Shadow Rider V, not the VMAX in play. If they knock this out, it doesn't do anything for their prize trade, because they still have to take 6 prize cards, and we're only going to give them 3 at a time after that. So they go down to 4, then they go down to 1, and have to knock out another VMAX, which is another 2-shot away. So they do find the Air Balloon though. If they can find, if they can find a Grass Energy, they can knock out this Shadow Rider. There we go. Now we can just go boss, KO the Cheerum. Or we can start trying to boss chase these Cricketoons. Well, I think we're just going to go knock out Regidrago and try to boss one of the Cricketoons or Crobats next. So that'll be the game plan from here on out. We might even Raihan this turn to get more energy in play. Raihan, just go grab the boss. Say like, hey, you don't have Marnie, and kind of go from there. So I'm not going to attach them to the one with damage counters on it because I could go boss that and get rid of the damage counters in play. There we go. Attach as well. Just keep drawing through our deck. And another Underworld Door. I don't see them being able to KO us unless they get some insane draws off of Maractus, but they'll need a lot if they do that, so should be fine here. They might try to trap that, so I'm just going to go Air Balloon. You can go Max Geist for the knockout. 250 damage. Not bad. There's another boss. So we know now we have two bosses in deck. The hand is big, and some of these cards are dead now, right? The Shadow Rider VMAX is dead. I don't think I'm going to Rose again next turn. I'm going to start burning some of these cards, right? Quick ball away these discoveries. I can't find any more Vs. Training Court's already in play. They might not play any more Training Courts. So we could, next turn if we, last turn actually, so we could find boss easier. Should have been burning some of those cards, but sometimes it's just the raw draw power. I forget to be doing that because like I'm not playing any of those quick balls. Like I can't find anything with a quick ball, then I just forget to play them. I seem to be pushing another Regidrago here. I think I'm going to find some energies. Looking forward to attack. The one that we were worried about is Maractus. This one does have infinite damage if they flip a lot of heads. That could KO us. But we should be able to get more energy in play enough to boss KO this Crobat here. That'll be that. The opponent's not drawing too hot. Leaving off this Cricketoon, we can just be aggressive and outpace them with damage. There's a quick ball. Find another Glossifer. Taking out the Glossifer is big because that finds their energies with the Eldegoss. Pull two from the deck and allows them to get on board. But it looks like they're just settling for a Hammer-In, so that would be game. Why don't you go boss up the Crobat and Max Geist it. Touch no energy just for good measure. There it is. The concession from our opponent before we get there. But yeah, that's the deck. That's Shadow Rider. Hopefully that works for you. It's a lot of fun. You can beat Mew, can beat Duraludon, can beat Jolteon for sure. But yeah, that's the deck.